North Texas Mean Green versus Charlotte 49ers. The North Texas Mean Green travel east to face the Charlotte 49ers in a pivotal AAC clash that highlights two programs on opposite ends of the conference spectrum. North Texas enters the contest at 6-1 overall and 2-1 in conference play, emerging as one of the top contenders in the American, while Charlotte at 1-6, 0-4 AAC continues to search for stability amid a rebuilding year. For the Mean Green, this matchup represents an opportunity to keep pace with conference leaders like Navy and South Florida. For the 49ers, it's a test of pride, a chance to measure progress against one of the league's most efficient offensive machines. The contrast between North Texas's high-powered freshman-led attack and Charlotte's struggle for consistency sets the stage for a meeting of ambition versus attrition under the lights in Charlotte. At the heart of North Texas's success is freshman quarterback Drew Mestemaker, whose poise and production have lifted the Mean Green offense to new heights. Through 7 games, Mestemaker has thrown for 1,860 yards, 17 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions, completing 158 of 237 passes at a 66.7% clip. His quarterback rating of 69.6 ranks 44th nationally and reflects his command in both conference and non-conference action. Against AAC competition, he has been even more efficient, compiling 862 yards, 7 touchdowns, and a 143.2 passer rating. Mestemaker's ability to stretch the field and protect the football has been a defining factor in North Texas's 6-1 start. In contrast, Charlotte's junior signal caller Connor Harrell has faced a season of frustration. Harrell has completed 64 of 96 passes for 737 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions while posting a 38.5 QBR. Despite flashes of athleticism and accuracy, inconsistency and limited protection have hindered Charlotte's offensive rhythm. Harrell has yet to find his footing against stronger AAC defenses, averaging just 7.7 yards per attempt, and his 61.5% completion rate in conference play reflects the growing pains of a team still searching for offensive balance. If the quarterbacks define the offensive direction, the running games determine the tone. North Texas leans on sophomore back Cameron Hawkins, a bruising runner with 499 yards on 75 carries and 7 touchdowns. His 6.6 yards per carry give the Mean Green a multi-dimensional attack that keeps defenses honest. Hawkins's explosiveness has complemented Mestemaker's arm, particularly in play-action situations that have opened big gains for wide receiver Will Young. Young has been a revelation, catching 26 passes for 396 yards and 6 touchdowns, averaging over 15 yards per reception. His combination of route precision and deep ball tracking has made him Mestemaker's go-to option in key moments. On the opposite sideline, Charlotte's R. Gainey Jr. has shown flashes of reliability, rushing for 201 yards and a touchdown on 51 carries. However, Charlotte's offensive line struggles have limited his impact, and the lack of sustained drives has kept him from gaining rhythm. Wide receiver Jay Nicholas has emerged as Harrell's primary target with 34 receptions for 354 yards and a touchdown, but the absence of complementary weapons has allowed defenses to key in on him, often limiting Charlotte's passing explosiveness. Defensively, North Texas boasts one of the conference's most improved units. Linebacker S. Whitler leads the team with 57 tackles, providing veteran leadership in the middle of the field. His ability to diagnose plays and limit second-level gains has been crucial in holding opponents to minimal rushing success. Defensive lineman Kay Huddleston anchors the pass rush with 3.5 sacks, setting the edge and collapsing pockets that force quarterbacks into hurried throws. The Mean Green defense has held opponents under 20 points in 3 of their last 5 contests, a stretch that includes a 55-17 dismantling of UTSA and a gritty 36-22 win over South Alabama. Charlotte, conversely, continues to struggle defensively, particularly against the run and in red zone efficiency. Linebacker R. Williford has been a bright spot with 43 tackles, 2 sacks, and a consistent motor, but he has lacked the support needed to contain explosive plays. The 49ers have surrendered 35 or more points in 4 straight games, including lopsided losses to Temple, 49-14, and Army, 24-7, signaling a defense overmatched by both tempo and physicality. Recent trends tell a clear story. North Texas has won 4 of its last 5 games, with its only loss coming in a competitive 63-36 shootout against South Florida, one of the conference's top offenses. The Mean Green have averaged 45.6 points per game over that span and have established themselves as one of the AAC's most balanced attacks, capable of winning both high-scoring duels and defensive grinds. Their offensive line has protected Mestamaker well, allowing only 7 sacks over the last 5 contests. Meanwhile, Charlotte's form has been the inverse. The 49ers have dropped 5 straight, and their lone win, a 42-35 victory over Monmouth, came over a month ago. Their offense has scored just 72 points during that losing streak, compared to 175 allowed, underscoring a troubling imbalance. At home, Charlotte has shown brief flashes of competitiveness, but inconsistency and turnovers have repeatedly stalled momentum. In the broader AAC landscape, North Texas sits in 4th place, trailing only Navy, South Florida, and Tulane. With bowl eligibility already secured, the Mean Green are focused on maintaining momentum as they chase a top 3 conference finish, and potential New Year's 6 bowl consideration should chaos unfold above them. Charlotte, on the other hand, finds itself at the bottom of the standings, 0-4 in the AAC, and facing the reality of a developmental season. Head coach Biff Poggi's challenge now is to extract growth from his young roster and evaluate long-term fits rather than short-term results. A competitive showing against a ranked opponent like North Texas could provide much-needed optimism heading into November. The X factors in this matchup favor North Texas. Mestamaker's efficiency on 3rd down, combined with Hawkins's power running, has kept drives alive and defenses fatigued. Defensively, Whittler's leadership and Huddleston's pass rush could be pivotal in containing Harrell's scrambling ability. For Charlotte, the key lies in ball control, sustaining drives through Gainey's ground game and avoiding turnovers that would give North Texas short fields. The 49ers will need early momentum and perhaps a special team spark to hang close. Ultimately, analytics and form converge on a decisive prediction. North Texas enters as a heavy favorite, holding a 94.8% projected win probability, and every statistical indicator points toward the Mean Green extending their dominance. With Mestamaker's precision, Hawkins' balance, and a disciplined defense, North Texas should overwhelm Charlotte's undermanned roster. Expect the Mean Green to seize control early and cruise to a comfortable road victory. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is North Texas Mean Green winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. California Golden Bears versus Virginia Tech Hokies. When the California Golden Bears visit Lane Stadium to face the Virginia Tech Hokies on Saturday, it's a battle of contrasting directions in the ACC. California, riding a 5-2 overall record and 2-1 in conference play, finds itself positioned in the middle of the ACC race, seeking to prove that its early season success wasn't a fluke. Virginia Tech, meanwhile, stands at 2-5, 1-2 ACC, a proud program searching for rhythm under pressure after a string of inconsistent performances. For Cal, this road test offers a chance to cement bowl eligibility and climb toward the upper half of the standings. For the Hokies, it's about pride, resilience, and rediscovering balance on both sides of the ball. At the center of this matchup lies the quarterback duel between Cal's freshman phenom Jaron Kiewe Sagapolutele and Virginia Tech's senior signal caller Kyron Drones, a pairing that perfectly captures the narrative of youthful promise versus veteran urgency. Sagapolutele has been efficient for the Bears, completing 151 of 248 passes for 1,696 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions with a passer rating of 42.7. Despite being a freshman, he's shown impressive poise in high-pressure moments, especially on the road. Drones, on the other hand, brings experience and dual-threat versatility to the Hokies' offense, amassing 1,397 passing yards with 11 touchdowns and only 5 picks, alongside solid rushing contributions. His 50.6 QBR ranks among the top half of ACC quarterbacks, and his October numbers, 468 yards, 5 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions, reflect an offense slowly finding its rhythm despite recent losses. While neither team boasts a Heisman-level star under center, both quarterbacks represent their program's hopes in distinct ways. Sagapolutele's ability to push the ball vertically and manage turnovers will be tested by a Virginia Tech defense that thrives on pressure at home. Drones' command of the pocket and efficiency in short yardage conversions will determine whether the Hokies can sustain drives and keep Cal's balanced offense off the field. On the ground, Cal's Jaden Ott-like role is filled by K. Raphael, who's rushed for 495 yards and 5 touchdowns on 115 carries, giving the Bears a steady backfield presence that complements their passing attack. Virginia Tech counters with M. Hawkins, who's totaled 364 yards and a score on 64 attempts. While neither back has exploded statistically, both serve as tone setters. Raphael's consistency has been key to Cal's 5 wins, helping them control tempo in tight games, while Hawkins' emergence has provided the Hokies with much-needed balance after early season struggles. In the receiving corps, Cal's Jay DeJesus has emerged as a reliable weapon with 406 yards and 3 touchdowns on 47 receptions. His ability to create separation on intermediate routes could exploit Virginia Tech's secondary, which has yielded big plays in losses to Georgia Tech and Wake Forest. The Hokies' counterpunch is A. Green, who has racked up 331 yards and a touchdown on 21 catches, providing a deep threat for drones and keeping opposing defenses honest. Both passing games rely heavily on timing and rhythm, making early completions vital for establishing offensive momentum. Defensively, California has benefited from the leadership of C. Uluave, whose 62 tackles anchor a unit that has shown resilience against physical opponents. Linebacker T. Bush Jr. has chipped in with 3 sacks, helping Cal generate backfield disruption. For Virginia Tech, K. Spencer leads with 33 tackles, while defensive lineman K. Gilliam Jr. has tallied 2 sacks, but the Hokies' defense has been inconsistent, dominant in spurts yet prone to lapses that have cost them close games. Recent form gives Cal the clear edge. The Golden Bears have won 4 of their last 5, including a 21-18 victory over North Carolina and a 28-24 win over Boston College, with their lone setback being a hard-fought 21-15 loss to Duke. Their defense has allowed just 19 points per game in that stretch, a testament to disciplined execution and effective situational football. Virginia Tech, conversely, has dropped 3 straight, most recently a 30-23 loss to Wake Forest and a 35-20 defeat to Georgia Tech. Their offense has shown flashes, scoring 38 points against Wofford and 23 against NC State, but defensive breakdowns and inconsistency in the red zone have kept them from turning potential wins into results. In terms of standings, California sits 6th in the ACC at 2-1, right behind Duke and Pittsburgh, both 3-1, and within striking distance of the top tier, led by Georgia Tech. A win in Blacksburg would push the Bears firmly into contention for a quality bowl slot and mark a successful transition into ACC competition. Virginia Tech, on the other hand, sits near the bottom at 1-2, needing a victory to spark a late-season turnaround and avoid a slide toward a second straight sub-500 finish. Depth and endurance could also play major roles. Cal's defense has proven more consistent in closing out games, whereas Virginia Tech's fatigue has shown late in contests, particularly against fast-paced offenses. Neither team reports major injuries to key starters, though both have rotated younger players into the secondary and special teams units to compensate for early season wear. The X factors in this game revolve around quarterback efficiency, third down defense, and turnover margin. If Sagapolutele maintains composure and Cal's offensive line gives him time, the Bears' balanced attack could control tempo. Conversely, if Drones uses his mobility to extend plays and exploit mismatches against Cal's linebackers, the Hokies could turn the contest into a shootout. Field position and special teams execution, often overlooked, may tilt the momentum in what promises to be a tense ACC clash. Ultimately, analytics lean toward Virginia Tech's home field advantage, giving the Hokies roughly a 74% probability to win. Yet Cal's form and discipline make this projection far from certain. Expect a tightly contested matchup where turnovers and red zone execution dictate the outcome. The prediction: California 27, Virginia Tech 23. A statement road win for a young Bears team learning to finish games, and an opportunity missed for a Hokies squad still searching for its identity in 2025. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is California Golden Bears winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Boise State Broncos versus Nevada Wolfpack. Boise State continues its pursuit of another Mountain West title as the Broncos hit the road to face the struggling Nevada Wolfpack in a Friday night showdown at Mackay Stadium. Boise State enters the matchup at 5-2 overall and 3-0 in conference play, riding a wave of confidence and a 3-game winning streak. In contrast, Nevada sits at 1-6-0 and 3 in the Mountain West, fighting to find stability under a young quarterback and a defense that has yet to find its footing. The game presents a classic contrast of direction, one program chasing championships, the other searching for growth and identity. For Boise State, junior quarterback Maddox Madsen has been the steady hand guiding an offense that has surged over the past month. Madsen has thrown for 1,823 yards, 15 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions while maintaining a 57.8 QBR, ranking among the top half of FBS passers. He's been particularly sharp in conference play, posting an impressive 173.8 rating with 755 yards and 8 touchdowns in league competition. His leadership and experience have allowed the Broncos to strike a balance between their aerial attack and a physical ground game. Nevada, on the other hand, turns to freshman quarterback Carter Jones, who has shown flashes of promise amid growing pains. Jones has totaled 517 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions while completing 65.3% of his passes. Though his 49.1 QBR reflects the team's offensive challenges, he's displayed poise against pressure and accuracy in short yardage situations. His top performance came against UNM last week, when he threw for 233 yards and a touchdown despite a narrow 24-22 loss. Jones remains a developmental piece for the Wolfpack, but will need to play mistake-free football to keep Nevada competitive against Boise State's aggressive defense. The quarterback battle reflects the broader storyline. Madsen represents polish and continuity. Jones embodies youth and potential. Boise State's offense is multidimensional, averaging over 400 yards per game thanks to the complementary play of running back Donnie Riley, who has rushed for 695 yards and 6 touchdowns on 86 carries. Riley's blend of burst and vision has kept defenses honest, creating opportunities for receivers like Colin Marshall, who leads the team with 440 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns on 22 receptions. Marshall's deep threat ability, paired with Madsen's accuracy on intermediate routes, forms the backbone of Boise State's vertical offense. Nevada's offensive leaders have been less consistent, but not without bright spots. Running back Chase Ramseur has provided stability with 310 rushing yards on 70 carries, while tight end Jay Carpenter has emerged as the most reliable target in the passing game, tallying 198 yards on 18 receptions. The Wolfpack offense has averaged under 20 points per game, hindered by turnovers and protection issues. Jones has been sacked 8 times in his last 3 outings, a trend that could spell trouble against a Boise State front featuring edge rusher Byron Feely, who leads the team with 4.5 sacks. Defensively, Talon Benefield anchors the secondary with 49 tackles, and the Broncos' coverage unit has steadily improved, allowing fewer than 200 passing yards in back-to-back games. Nevada's defense, however, has been a major concern. The Wolfpack have surrendered over 35 points per game and struggled mightily against the run. Defensive lineman D. LaBarbera has been a lone bright spot, leading the team with 5.5 sacks and 59 tackles, an impressive total for a front seven player. Yet, Nevada's inability to generate consistent stops on third down has led to extended drives and fatigue late in games. Facing a Boise State squad that thrives on time of possession and play-action passing, the Wolfpack defense will be tested early and often. Recent trends favor Boise State heavily. The Broncos have won 3 straight, including dominant conference wins over UNLV 56-31 and New Mexico 41-25, outscoring opponents 144-81 over that span. Madsen has accounted for 9 touchdowns in those games, while the defense has forced 6 turnovers. Nevada, conversely, has dropped 6 straight after a season-opening win over Middle Tennessee, with their last 3 defeats coming by a combined margin of 32 points. The Wolfpack have shown improvement offensively, but continue to falter in the red zone, converting fewer than 50% of their chances into touchdowns. In the Mountain West standings, Boise State sits alone atop the conference at 3-0, holding a slim edge over San Diego State and Hawaii. A win in Reno would move the Broncos to 6-2 overall and strengthen their path toward another championship berth. For Nevada, at 1-6-0 and 3 in the league, this matchup represents less about postseason hopes and more about development, an opportunity to evaluate young talent and test themselves against the conference's elite. Depth could play a defining role. Boise State's defense has been rotating effectively, allowing its front seven to stay fresh deep into games. Meanwhile, Nevada's thin secondary and lack of experienced reserves have been exposed in the second halves of games. Injuries have forced the Wolfpack to rely on underclassmen, particularly in the defensive backfield, which Madsen will likely target with vertical throws to Marshall and slot routes to tight ends. The X factors loom clear. For Boise State, it's Madsen's decision-making and Riley's ground production. If they sustain rhythm early, the Broncos can dictate tempo. For Nevada, it's Carter Jones's poise. If he avoids turnovers and extends drives through quick reads, Nevada could hang close early. Additionally, special teams could influence momentum. Boise State's return units have consistently set up short fields, while Nevada has struggled in punt coverage. Prediction: the matchup's statistical and situational indicators point firmly toward Boise State. The Broncos possess superior balance, efficiency, and defensive depth, while Nevada's youth and inconsistency remain obstacles. Expect Boise State to control possession, mix the run and play action effectively, and gradually pull away in the second half. Final projection: Boise State 41, Nevada 17. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Boise State Broncos winner. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.